Hey everybody, my name is Connor Everything, and welcome back to my Advanced Wars replay series where I'm going through just my general replays of my climb through low elo, climb or failures. And right now, we are going to be going over the game 2 of the Egg Cup. It's the first competitive Advanced Wars tournament that I've ever entered, and it's hosted by Mangs, one of the biggest Advanced Wars YouTuber on the platform right now. This game, if you could tell by the title, this game might be kind of hard to watch for you veteran standard players. The main purpose of this video is I really wanted to just meticulously break down and say out loud all the mistakes that I made throughout this game, just so I can be a better standard player. Because I'm a fog player and I'm still low elo. I can feel myself steadily getting better though. But this tournament I think will be played throughout standard maps, and I do feel a little bit out of my element. In talking to my opponent, Pizza Cat, after the game, he had some words of wisdom that I will definitely take to heart and keep in mind for the next game. So let's talk a little bit about the map. It's a small standard map, which is better, and I will definitely get into my reasons that I really do not enjoy standard and think fog is the main way to play the game later in the game, but we'll just talk about the map as it is for now. As you can see, there are missiles on covering up the comm towers. So if you want to get rid of the missiles, you would have to do so by dislodging it with an anti-air or driving a mech or artillery, and then driving a mech or an infantry onto the mountains to shoot at it and then eventually cap your comm tower. I felt really good about this matchup when I turned it on, because I was like, wow, I think Max is basically being forced to create an artillery to dislodge my missiles. But that wasn't true. And as you can see, well, we'll just have to get into the game. So, for you veteran Advanced Wars by Web fans, you might be thinking, well, Nell is a tier 1 or tier 0 CO. So if it was tier 1 or tier 0, why is your opponent playing Max? Well, it's because Nell was enabled on this map for round 2. And I think I fell into the trap. I think I fell into the trap of excuse me. That's better. I think I fell into the trap of picking Nell just because I thought she was a higher tier CO. She must be better. She's got a crazy superpower that'll really mess everything up. But then I got to meet Max in this game, and well, it wasn't very fun. Okay, so I want to go over the COs with you. So I am playing Nell, and my opponent is playing Max. Nell is crazy complicated because of how luck works in Advanced Wars. And I could sit here for 50 minutes and explain to you how luck works, or I can kind of point you in the right direction. If you really want to know how luck works, Mangs did a really, really good video on it. I'm going to link it in the description, so be sure to check it out. Just for beginners, if you're brand new to this, the basics of what you need to know about luck is you have every character has a 1 to 9 chance, of doing an extra 1 to 9% damage. So if you're Sonya, or Sonya is a bad example. Let's just say if you're Hachi and you're shooting a Neo tank with your infantry, you have a 1 to 9 chance on top of your regular damage of doing an extra % damage. So in other words, let's say a Neo tank is at 10 health, but in actuality it's at 91% health. You shoot at it with an infantry, you're going to bring that from a 10 to a 9. HP doesn't work exactly like 1 through 10. It actually works as a percent scale, all the way down to 0.1% up to 100% health. So, as you can see with Nell, instead of the normal 1 to 9% buff, she gets a 0 to 9, sorry, it's not 1, it's 0. So 0 to 19% buff. So, in other words, if you have a Nell infantry and you're shooting a Neo tank on a road, you have almost a 50% chance to reduce it by at least 1 HP with infantry every time you shoot at it with a full health infantry. And then here's where luck gets complicated, because luck is affected by the HP of your units that you're shooting with and the defense stars of the people that you're shooting at. So just saying you get a 0 to 19% bonus on luck, that does not translate to damage, because if they're sitting in a forest, you are not going to, because it has 2 defense stars, you're not going to, that's not the same luck. However, if they're on a road or a beach where there are no defense stars, that is when you can read this verbatim. That's when you can read Nell's day-to-day and special CO and superpowers for, as fact. They do give an extra that much damage because there's no defense stars. If you're attacking with a full health unit. If you're attacking with a 5 health unit, it's a slider and that luck is decreased. You got to go see Mang's video. He breaks it down exactly how it needs to be broken down. It is a ridiculously complex mechanic in this game. So her CO power is Lucky Star, 3 stars. Luck is improved from 0 to 59%. So yeah, that's exactly. Let's think about that. If you have an infantry, let's say on this tile, on this plains tile, and there's a Neo tank on this road, you have a chance to reduce that Neo tank's health, let's say they're both fully healthy, by 50% with your infantry. Or if you hit the 40 roll, 40%, the 30 roll, 30%. Pretty cool. I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but if you've seen a lot of Advanced Wars content, I'm sure you've seen lots and lots of Nell content where she takes out a mega tank with her infantry. It's just kind of a meme. It's pretty cool. But her Super CO power is what's nuts. 0 to 99% luck. So let's say the same situation. You have a full health infantry here, full health Neo tank here. If that, I believe that in addition to the damage that the infantry does, you have a chance of one-shotting that Neo tank with your infantry, and that trade is a 1,000 to 2,200 or 22,000 trade. 1,000, 22,000 gone, and you use an infantry to do it. That is what's so appealing about Nell, is her ability to wipe out insane units just from her luck. You can attack a full set of battlecopters with tanks, recon, infantry, anything you want. You have a chance to wipe it out. That's crazy good trades. So that's why Nell is so appealing. And let's get back into Max. Max is very not luck-based. He's just a brute strength. Brute. I think that's a pretty good word for him. His direct units run around with 20% attack day to day. Just a crazy buff. I don't think Max should be tier 2. I really think he needs to be a tier 1 CO. His movement, the +1 movement and +2 movement for 3 stars and 6 stars is so crazy to play around. You really got to work hard to play around it. His CO power, max force, direct units will gain 1 move, and you'll see a lot during this commentary how I have to guess if he's going to pop his CO power, which is incredibly annoying. And their attack increases to 30%. Max blast, they will get 2, which is this super CO. They'll get 2 extra movement, and their attack damage is increased to 50%. So, really good power. And like I said, Max is below Nell. Nell is enabled on this map. I said, yeah, I like playing Nell. I think it's a fun mechanic. Let's give it a try. And now you'll see also a detriment to Max is that his indirects are -10 attack, and I thought he would have to build an indirect to dislodge this, because it would take so long for an infantry to dislodge this that then I would have time to catch up with my comm tower, and by the time he got his comm tower, it would be too late because I did so much damage. That's not how it went. That is not how it went at all. So you'll just have to see. And then something that I realized before I made this video is, who cares if Max indirects do -10% attack when his CO power and Super CO power just gets him in range anyway? His CO power is a giant indirect. A tank can come in screaming from across the map and just obliterate you because of the plus 50% attack power. He doesn't need indirects. So that's why I think he should be a tier 1. That's just my opinion. I'm a new player. I'm low elo, so don't take my word as fact. okay, those are the champs that we're playing. And like I said, this video is really important for me to break down exactly what went wrong and what needs to happen in my next game, because this one just didn't go so well. And if you saw the thumbnail, it is a little interesting. Max does build a recon that screws me up, and it doesn't knock me out of the tournament. I have 3 lives, but well, here we go. I'll stop talking just to about nothing, and we'll open up here. So, standard opening. Let's all build some infantry, shall we? Moves his black boat back because he's going to be transporting it. Waits his missiles. Doesn't need to do that, but like I said, it's a good force of habit. I immediately start capping. I think my infantry movement on the first couple days is really good. So here's something different that he does that I don't do. He goes for this far property. I think that was a really good move. That I'm just talking out loud to figuring out what went wrong in my cap game versus his cap game. So I just decide to boost to this property. It's the same idea. He's capping a property at the same time that I'm going to start capping a property. So income-wise, it's going to be fine. But I'm delayed in getting to a property that's farther away from me. I have all game to get this property, but this property could be contested. So mistake number 1. And instead of boosting down here to another contested property, I just go for this one, I guess. So bad infantry movement by me day 1. And he's opting to do the same thing, so not the worst. Here and here's why I'm kind of like, here, I'm gonna take this back one. I'm like, why aren't you making an artillery? This is gonna take forever to dislodge with an infantry, and you are foregoing that infantry capping a different capping income. So you're foregoing income to take 1,000,000 shots at this missile. I didn't think it was worth it. It kind of is. So here we go. Instead of standard infantry opening, like it's almost like a gentleman's agreement, he goes recon. And this is when I went, what is he doing? Like his capture game is going to be all off. He's not going to have any time to capture income. I'm going to blow him away in income, and this recon is going to take forever to get for interrupts. I'll just make a tank and I'll take care of it. I got no sweat, right? I'll just make a tank. Who cares? Well, I start capping, and you know, so I get 2 infantry in there to move them out. That it doesn't really matter because it's all right. It wasn't the worst. So here I go with artillery because I was like, okay, if you're going to take forever to get your comm tower off, I'm going to 2-shot your artillery, get a comm tower before you, and get a bunch of engagements with my comm tower before your comm tower, and I'm going to do so much more damage than you, and I'm going to be ahead of you just because of damage that I've done because of my comm tower. That was my thought process. Do not think that was the best thought process. So originally I was thinking, oh, it's going to be forever until this recon comes and gets there. I mean, he has so much space on a road to just slide it up. I don't know why I was thinking it would take forever. That recon's got good distance on that road, and here he goes for going something like this to cap this, and he goes another recon. He is going full harass over my infantry, and all I have to, I'm sure he saw this artillery by and went, huh? Okay, I'm going to split a recon here, split a recon here. I mean, what is that artillery going to do? I can just run away. I'm a recon. And this might have worked if I had parked this recon over here by a interrupt spot, and then I could have nailed him if he tried to interrupt me. But that isn't really how it went down. So here we go, and I get in position to start shooting at that missiles, start capping, and then I load, and then this movement around this area isn't as bad as I thought it was. Maybe I was a little too harsh on myself. And there is a huge mistake. I got a little too focused on the capture game, on the idea of early game infantry being the only way to do it, and I do not build a response to his recon. I'm sure he saw me do that and went, what a complete fool. And now I realize my mistake. He's got 2 turns of harass over this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 2 turns to roll out a tank, and I don't even have a tank. So I have to build a tank and then roll it out for 2 turns of recon harass. Big mistake by me. Boosting his infantry, coming back. And yeah, now see, he has a tank, and I don't have a tank out. I was so focused on just getting infantry out while he managed with a very small army of infantry and managed pretty well. I mean, look, he's already got this property. He's now going to interrupt me. Look at this infantry. He's all the way over here. He's foregoing these caps to get a base all the way up here. I'm sure he thinks he can just get these whenever he wants. This is my property, and he'll just get this whenever he wants. I guess it was a good move to move it to the middle like that. Start capping, go back, and I build a tank to combat this. Next turn I'll have to build a tank to combat this and this. Moving out. Okay, here we go. Infantry, max engagement with a recon, pretty good. This is interesting. Oh, I was looking at the power charge, and I thought this was the first engagement. He should not have been ahead of me if this was the first engagement. But it's because we fired on each other's missiles. So there you go. Another thing with this map that I'm just now realizing, dislodging these missiles gives your opponent a 12,000 power boost. And it's a free 12,000 power boost. Yeah, you're getting 6,000, but something I guess I just didn't take into consideration is how quickly our CO powers would be charging because of this dead unit and this dead unit being just CO power charge bait. I wonder if that's another reason that got put on there. Interesting. Tank rolls out. Infantry rolling out. Yeah, he's just going to boost. And he goes another tank infantry. I just feel like I'm just going to get swarmed with tanks. Roll my tank out, say, hey, get away, I got this, so you get away. Here's a flaw to my my earlier thoughts about taking out this missiles. I just took out this missiles. I should be capping this right now. I should be capping this right now to get it next turn to get a good shot off on the artillery and ward away tanks. I shouldn't have gone for this. I just should have put it in position to cap. But instead I capture this, and next turn I'll get a delayed cap on my comm tower. Push my infantry out, and there we go. Unload, move out towards this property that he got right away. Or, well, you know, I guess I am actually ahead in income, as I should be. And then I was like, okay, no anti-air. He's got a lot of tanks. I'm not going to counter with a tank. I'm going to counter with a battle copter. This will fly right in, take out his ground units over here. I thought that was pretty sound. And then I go double infantry because I went for the B copter. Okay, so he interrupts this unit and sits on this city. Really, really good play. I cannot get to this. He has now taken income away from me and crippled my cap game. Hey, sorry, I just wanted to focus my camera more, so hopefully I'm a little bit more in focus. So as I was saying, he got this cap, or sorry, he has now blocked income for me and hurt my cap game with a tank to back it up. Really just smart move. That recon buy was so crucial, and this is kind of a tip that I picked up from him. He said, yeah, I was really nervous against playing against Nell, so I knew I had to come out of the gate early with a harass game to just jump on your infantry and prevent you from capping. And by golly, he's doing a pretty good job. He has this right here. I'm not even close to getting this, and that's all because he went here to here. He went here to here, and now I can't even get this, and he's got free here. I got nothing to harass him over here. Really good play by my opponent here. Speaking of my opponent, let's get some Max's theme going here. Okay, standard movement. builds another tank. He does not respond with an anti-air. And normally I'd say, you're a fool. If you see a battlecopter, you must build an anti-air. You must. There's no question about that. But he doesn't, and it ends up being all right because he can just run away, build an anti-air over here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it's kind of in the area. It would take a long time to get there, so maybe that was a bad move by him to not build an anti-air right away. Just kind of put my infantry on safe spaces, but in place, but still moving them towards my capture game. I moved this in not in range of the tank. I said, okay, you can let my infantry heal up, or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I did that because my next one was this. I said, if you want to shoot on my tank, I'll shoot on you with my artillery. Pretty good move. And now this artillery is getting in the game. Doesn't make an anti-air. I go another battlecopter. I think that was a smart move. And then I had enough for a mech. I figured with this, I could ferry it into the battle pretty quick. I guess that was just my thought process. I don't think it was the worst move. And now look at this. I remember just being unable to comprehend how this could have happened. How did he get this, and this, and this? I mean, it's so hard for me to comprehend. I was like, how is he so far ahead of me in the cap game, and he hasn't even made... He's been making tanks instead of 2 infantry. How could he be so far ahead of me? I think he was a really good player, and now look at how easily he dislodged my CO tower. I'll have a CO tower for... Sorry, comm tower for 2 turns. He'll have it for before he has it for. I'll have it a comm tower for 2 turns while he has none. So that's fine. But was it really worth it? Am I going to get worthwhile engagements for that? Yep, shuffling his infantry, and now he's going to get this. He's going to be way more ahead of me while this covers up. Cripples my cap game. I mean, really good. He's like, if you want to shoot on me with your battlecopter, so be it, I guess. And then he allows me to have this property. I probably just would have parked that right there. Why not keep it right there? Why not take a shot? I got to pick one to go in for, and you're blocking my income. So I think I just would have taken a shot from that property if I was him. Yeah, I get a good engage with my battlecopter. Yep, and I can start capping that. Finally, tanks are coming in over here. Battlecopter goes over here. I got my anti-air here. He can't get to it. He is going to have to take a double shot at my infantry if he wants to do that, and my tank. And this is just allowing me to reposition to get my battlecopter closer to the fighting. So I think that's pretty good movement by me. Preparing to shuffle this over by putting this here. And then I'm like, man, his capture game over here is pretty good. I'm going to start moving out my infantry, even though there's tanks in the area. And he, by the way, last turn he did build an anti-air to combat my battlecopter. So just getting my infantry in position to fight, and I'm going to start fighting over here with tanks. I'm down 4,000 in income. That's crazy. Every 2 turns, he's building a tank while I can't. That is really, really good. And I just remember being so impressed by his capture game and so confused as to why mine fell apart. This is why I need this replay. I need to see how it fell apart. And it has everything to do with the RECON harass game he picked up early. Hence the title of this video. The RECON absolutely destroyed my game. Interrupts another cap. That's another turn he's going to be getting more income than me. And he's essentially sacking these recons. They've done their job. They've theoretically paid for themselves in the amount of income that he's preventing me from getting. Starts to get his comm tower. Anti-air rolls out. I get another turn of whatever I want to do with this before this anti-air can do everything. He's going for this property. This is like my property. Or I suppose it's contested, but just crazy good. And then is going to send it. This was if he didn't do this, I think he'd be in trouble because I'd have free reign over his tanks. So this was a necessity by him, a very smart buy. Look at this. Covers up to keep my battlecopter in the area, so an anti-air can get closer. pretty damn smart play. You know, another play I suppose he could have done was drive this. I don't know if he had the movement for it. Yeah, you could drive this up here and prevent this from being a 2-turn cap if he wanted. But I think that was a pretty good play just to keep my battlecopter in the area. That's my only response to it. And then he's like, if you want to take a shot on me, I'm on my property. I am, of course, not going to do that. Got to clean that up. That was my only move. And then I can get my mech into the fray. Start capping his property. I'm like, okay, well, this might be a little inflated. There's going to be a 2,000 swing here in a second. But why would there be? Look at all the stuff he has in the area. With a max force, he can roll up on me with this. You know. So I don't know. And then I interrupt his game. Yeah, I mean he's not gonna get a super. So that was a good play by me. Still in the vicinity of the tanks. Now I have a little army amassed here, and my turn ends despite going first with him still up. He just got a 4,000 boost because of his recon and his really good infantry movement. Just look at this. What did I do? What did I do wrong? It was this artillery buy when I should have bought a tank, and it was the artillery buy when I should have bought a tank. I think that really just screwed me. I mean, look at this. What am I gonna do? My tank can't make it. My tank cannot make it down. He goes battlecopter. Now I got to build an anti-air when there's all these tanks in the area, and all I want to do is shuffle tanks down here. Great. Interrupts my cap again. I mean, and then there it is. It's gone. He's gonna get more income. He won this game based on income. Just really, really smart interrupts, and those recon buys were just super smart. I get an interrupt. See, this is Max right here. I shoot on yeah, it's a city, but he shoots back with an extra 30% firepower to put me down to 7. I don't know if that's standard, but that's just... I mean, look at this trade. That's disgusting. Look at the trades he's making. He's making amazing trades down here. Finally get this property, clean that up. I have no choice but to retreat with this battlecopter. It's useless for a turn. Useless for a lot of turns if I don't... So I need to take care of this anti-air, but now there's going to be an anti-air up here. Take my battlecopter back, and I start... So this was a huge mistake. This was a really, really big mistake. I don't know if you can see it, but this was so clear. I think that this was a mistake because this can easily be dislodged by this and this. And then if he has a max force, which he does, he has it. It's 50 charge away. He can max force his way and take a shot at my artillery. I tried to push over to this quadrant so I can get these properties, but this was just a mistake. He's gonna max blast this artillery, and I'm gonna be completely screwed because he has 4 tanks in this area. I have 3, and he has this, which completely nullifies my battlecopter. Just a huge mistake. I get a good shot off at his infantry. I mean, do I not look like the stupidest player in the entire world going double arties? This is like one of the top players, Inkugark. I think it's Inkugark. He is the king of artillery walls. I'm a player making moves like this, thinking that a max forced just assault of tanks, this guy is gonna hold up. This guy might get one shot for all I know. I don't know how max force works. We'll see. And then I'm just gonna get completely blasted. So I figured, well, if he can't build artillery, I can maybe make a mob of artillery and just work it down the map and use infantry to shell it, and then I'll shell him and it'll hit him really hard. But it's too late. It's too late. I've made a huge mistake. And I remember earlier when I was talking about how I had to calculate around max movement, about how if he'd get one more movement because of his super. Yeah, look at this. The one time I freaking forget. The one time I forget let's see what happens. And that's why it is so annoying to play against movement COs. You can forget something once, and everything just goes down the drain. So he starts his cap game. He hasn't popped Max Blast yet. It's just because I think he's taking engagements. He knows he can one-shot to get more charge before his power. Oh my god, that's so smart. Oh wait, what is he doing? Oh. If I was him, yeah, see, I remember being relieved. Okay, now I remember. I remember being relieved that he didn't do that. All right, so this is me talking before. This is me counting my eggs before they're hatched. He could have done that, but then I guess it is hanging out 2 tanks to dry. So hey, that's a move that I would have done, but that's a move that I would have done, but he didn't do it, and I think he actually made the right move, crippling my capture game here. All right, and then that actually gives me time to reinforce with extra artillery. I know I'm going to be able to get this now. He'd be a fool to come in and engage with anything here. And then I take that tank engagement, and then I move it back on a defensive tile that is now defended by a infantry, and I figure, okay, if he wants to take out that infantry, this... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, I was like, okay, what are you going to do about this? You can't touch this, and we'll see if and how he does it. Because right now, I don't see any way he can touch my artillery and I can get free shots. So I think that was really good placement by me. We'll see what he does. He finishes that cap, starts going for my property, gets another interrupt on, and then here we go. Okay, now he pops max force. Okay, so here comes the max force, coming in hot, and let's see this. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That is a max force tank, by the way, guys. How disgusting is this? How disgusting is this? Full health tank against an 8. Yeah, it should bring it down. I mean, a tank just did 8 damage to a tank on planes. What? And then, yeah, just completely cripples my entire setup. I have now 1 tank in the area to deal with his 2.5, and artillery that's completely useless, and an anti-air that is now if I was a movement CO, he'd have to be careful about my freaking movement, but he doesn't have to be careful because I'm not a movement CO, so he can just park his artillery right here without threat from my tank. Completely wards away my battlecopter, making it completely useless. I mean, just really smart player. He suddenly has 3 max battlecopters on the map, which are really good. Protects this. He's getting this. Everything's flying. Everything's rolling out. I mean, look at the income disparity. He has been accruing so much income over me on a turn-to-turn basis, plus 4,000 over me every turn. And now he's got he's gone second, and he's got a 30,000 troop value disparity over me, an 8 troop lead over me, and just a really good foothold up here. I mean, what am I going to do? Have you ever seen something more pathetic? Yeah, you really freaking held your weight, artillery. That was really smart of me to make that play. Really just terrible, terrible play from me. And then I get a shot from my building. That's really good. I get this out of the way, the anti-air to interrupt this. That was a very good move on my part. Interrupt this, and I know he just used his power. He's not gonna have enough power to come take out that battlecopter. So good move by me. I am making some good moves in this game. I really am. It's just the income disparity of him getting out ahead just completely thrashed me. Completely trashed my game. He was able to produce so many more units than I was. And here we go. Oh, I mean, there it is. Max battlecopter, not even boosted by a CO power with a comm tower, brings my battlecopter down to 1. And you're telling me Max is a tier... what is he? Is he a tier 2 CO? Yeah, I think he's tier 2. that's disgusting. That does not belong anywhere near the game. Hold on, I think he might be tier 3. He might be tier 1. I don't know. I should really check that. Anyway, so we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna listen to me complain and keep going here. Yeah, why not? Just that's a really good use of the 4 just to clean up an RD. And then he's able to go around and get. I mean, what was I thinking? I mean, seriously, what was I thinking? Maybe I thought this was an ocean tile. I thought this was an ocean tile. Huge mistake. I mean, that's not like a. That's not like a I didn't see that coming mistake. That's just a straight up blunder. Completely cleans me out. I can get a shot at this, but it doesn't matter. This is at 1 now. This is hard to watch. Are you guys cringing yet? I am cringing. This is really hard to watch. I mean, max battlecopters are disgusting. I'd roll them out all the time. And he can make a battlecopter and a tank because he has the income for it. My income's just in the toilet. And all right, here we go. Here's the Lady Luck. Here's my superpower. So keep in mind, I have a chance of doing massive damage just randomly, right? Like, I can get up to 99% damage with infantry engagements. I'm like, yes, this is going to go so well. What am I going to engage? I have a tank that can hit this, and then I have a tank that can hit this. I have a battlecopter that can hit infantry. So, absolutely hats off to my opponent. He blocked in his troops for the Lady Luck incredibly well. I mean, this was incredibly well played. The better man won this game. There's no doubt about that. He played so amazingly well. So look. So this is the power of Lady Luck. A 9 versus a 1. I was like, oh yeah, cool. I mean, I've been waiting for a whole superpower. I took a max force to the face, and then yeah, that cleans up. Here comes a battlecopter versus battlecopter. Good. And then I'm like, please one shot. Yes, that's Lady Luck right there. Really good. Get an artillery shot. A 9 goes to a 6 with a 3. That's pretty good. Cleans up the 4. I'm getting super duper good luck here. I'm getting good luck rolls. There's no doubt about it. I am getting lucky with my superpower, and that's the whole point of a superpower. And so yeah, I mean, that was pretty good. I cleaned up some units up here, guys. That was pretty good. I'll just protect this artillery if he wants to engage on this. Yeah, wow. Really good superpower for Nell. Let's check it out. It's his turn. I'm still down in income, 2,000 a turn, and he's ahead of me in troop value after a Lady Luck. That cannot happen. That is ridiculous. I've also hung this out. Look, this building right here, it's 5 away. He's got a 5 unit on it. That's his building now. There is now a 4,000 income disparity again. And then here he goes. He's heading out. Here we go. This is basic movement. Now, here is where I make the argument that Fog is better than Standard. On the Standard ladder, you will find a lot of games. Like, if you just click on basically any Grim Guy game, I'm making that up. I clicked on one, and it looked like this. But if you click on any Grim Guy game, all it is their army lined up with about 8 Neo-Tanks, 8 bombers, 8 rockets, copters around, and then a line of infantry protecting him. And then the opponent has 8 Neo-Tanks, 8 bombers, 8 artillery, and a bunch of infantry in front of him. You go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. Like, this gameplay sucks, and it is not fun. And I'm not going to try to make a case as to why you shouldn't think that Standard is fun. That doesn't make any sense. But this is why I think Standard is so lame. It's like, you attack, no, you attack versus Fog if you know they don't have a recon in the area, you can make risky plays. Like if this was a medium tank, you can park. I've parked units right next to medium tanks, knowing that they have no way of shooting at it. And that is cool. That is more strategic, and it completely avoids the, now you attack, no, you attack, you attack, no, you attack. So I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of empty. I'll maybe try to move my infantry over there and get some caps. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll heal this up. No, they're not going to be able to get to this artillery. Yeah, looking good. Oh, and then he goes, oh, here he comes, big attack. Now he just kind of moves his line up. He moves his line up. Oh boy, he moved his line up. Now he makes a Neo tank, and I'm like, great, that's great. And then let's see what I do. I go for the cap, and I'm just kind of sitting around. I'm like, oh, I got to make a wall and get all my troops in position. You go first. No, you attack me. No, you attack me first. It's like look at this gameplay. It's so lame. No one's making any progress. He is making progress, but in a very slow, strategic way. I think this gameplay is not fun, and I'll stop complaining about it. And the obvious answer is, listen, you are just upset because you've lost the game. Look at this income disparity. And my argument is, yes, I lost the game on turn 7 with this income disparity. Because now what do we have? We have me saying, you attack first. Him saying, no, you attack first. I'm going to say, and then I say, no, I'm going to make a wall. All the while, he's getting more income than me. So at this stage in the game, the person with the most income has won the game. It's day 16. That's boring. Fog games can go into the 30s because you never know what's coming, and you don't know what their income is. But look at this income disparity. I'm like, okay. I mean, if we're just going to have this income disparity with him having a charge, me having no chance at getting a charge, him having a Neo tank on the board, I'm like, this is when I said, okay, I have to go in. What am I going to do? Sit here? I have to go in. If I don't go in, he's just going to keep accruing more income than me. I have to go in. The game's over on day 16. Unless I get some crazy damage off, and we'll see what I do. Here we go. BaseCon 1997 makes his move. Yeah, take that. So I can get a shot with a battlecopter, clean it up with that battlecopter, attack that tank, just crippling 2 tanks. Pretty good move. Anti-air, tank, yeah, we're getting them. Yeah, get them. You're not gonna hit my artillery. Yeah, and this will ward away your battlecopter pretty good. And then I don't think you can hit that. This all looks pretty good, guys. Yeah, what do you guys think? Yeah. After all that, after just building up a big wall and going in, he is still 20k ahead of me. Because he won in the first 7 turns, guys. He captured more than me, and yes, he is the more skilled player. He won because he captured more buildings than me. He is the more skilled player. That there's no denying that. He won because he was more skilled, but he also won on day 7. That's boring. And I guess I just gotta, and this is why I'm doing this. I need to figure out how to get my cap game up early, get that income lead up early, so I can win in standard. Because I think that's just the key to winning in standard. Max blast time. Here he goes. Let's take a look here. 122,000. Max blast. Gone. Or not gone. Yeah, tank. Woo! He held on. Gone. Oh my God, this is disgusting. Oh God, make it stop. Make it stop. Oh my God, I'm gonna be sick. I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh man. He brought it down to 4. That's max for you. Okay, yep. Yeah, tank's gone. Yeah. All right, guys. You think I can do it? So, let's review. 122,000. Oh my god. The game was over. He had the units to do it. He had the unit count to do it because he out captured me in the first, in the first 10 turns of the game. The game's over. But here we go. Get ready for probably the most hilariously unlucky Lady Luck you may ever see. So first of all, oh, what? You gotta be kidding me. Like, you have to be kidding me with that luck. This is so funny. And then he shoots back with 9 and it's just done for. I misclicked. I was so pissed, man. I wanted to hit the Neo tank. I misclicked and it adds insult to how hilariously unlucky this was. I mean this is okay. Like this is okay. All right. Here we go. What? I mean, here we go. Can you believe this? Look at this. It's almost like I'm doing negative damage. Like, you have got to be kidding me. I can watch this all day. That is standard damage, and he did 6 back to me. All right, I'm gonna damage this tank. Okay, I get the tank. All right. I mean, that is standard damage. That is close to standard damage, and I'm super powering. Just disgusting. Okay, I get the 1. I laughed. I was laughing so hard when I was taking my turn. I was laughing so hard at just how laughably bad that entire Lady Luck was. All right, fellas, ladies and fellas, excuse me. That was it. That was game 2 of the Egg Cup. And I picked the CO that I thought was allowed because they wanted to see Nell mirror matches, because Nell's usually kind of considered broken and overpowered. That wasn't the case. Max completely trounced me, and I have no excuses. I actually have no excuses. I played really bad. I lost. This video, the main purpose of this video was for me to watch and break down out loud what I'm seeing primarily, but the big learning for me is when I re-upload this and re-watch it. Okay, that's all I got. This is game 2 of the Egg Cup. Right now it's poised to have 10 rounds, but with something like 800 players in the tournament, I think it might end up being a little bit more than 10 rounds. So I have 2 lives left in the tournament. That means I can guarantee third and fourth round. So, if you want to see me go to the 3rd and 4th round and what my games look like, make sure you subscribe. I was so blown away all day today. My last video has over 1,000 views now, and I'm just a small YouTuber, just making these in my free time. And I got so many. I have over 40 subscribers now. That completely blew. I was smiling ear to ear all day, and I just couldn't wait to make this video. So, thank you for watching it all the way to this point. Thank you to my subscribers who have subscribed to me. I hope you stay subscribed and stick around. And let me know if I missed anything big in the comments. What you think I could do to make these videos better. What you think I could do to be a better standard player. I would really appreciate it. I've been trying to reply to everybody that I can and like everybody's comments, so thank you everybody for doing that. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.